Kingfisher, the king of good times.
LGB Formula 4, the most competitive grid in the entire country. We're looking down for a very, very important race as we see car number 16, 12 and 10. The three musketeers, or should I say the three champions down from Team Dark Dawn. We used to pull up sir a little bit and saying, you have a team of champions. Ashwin Datta, comment number 16 on P1, Tijal Rao, comment number 12 on P2, Arya Singh, comment number 10 on P3, Rahul Rangasamy, 99 on 4. Vishwas Vijayaraj 95 on 5, Anushya Gulati on comment number 24 on 6, Monit Komaran Srinivasan comment number 46, further down Mohammad Ryan, Amir Saeed, Saran Vikram Tamaz, Amit Kuttibala from Ahura, Abhinav Reddy, challenging as far as the novices are concerned, as far the rookie cup is concerned, Akshay Kapoor Saab, Ashok Lal along with Sarosh and Meera Erda. Meera having quite a forgetful weekend because she really didn't find things moving in. As we say, the red lights are out, and here we go. Ashwin Datta seemed to have a slower off the start, but Arya Singh was off the block immediately being challenged by Vishwas Vijayaraj on the right. Rahul Rangasamy somehow gets into the action again, but in the meantime, Vishwas Vijayaraj says he's going to try and be a little bit aggressive. Rahul Rangasamy, thank you so much for putting that little space there. I will take it the way it comes. In the meantime, we're already seeing a little bit of movement between Meera Erda versus the rest of the pack. Further up the order, it was right always down with Dark Dawn, with M Sport Rahul Rangasamy bringing in his importance to the entire event here. Rahul Rangasamy, remember, has been the defending champion as well, and Ashwin Datta looking to seal a championship as far as the LGB is concerned. So is Arya, but then it was all the way down to the finish. Ashwin Datta, in the meantime, tried to keep pace with Rahul Rangasamy along with Tijal Rao, and they just managed that. In the meantime, Anushya Gulati at this point of time set in the personal best and also the 6th fastest overall. We were looking down at the lap timings as they came to us. Vishwas Vijayaraj using his speed, using his skill, putting the maximum pressure on the race leader. What a fight it was. And then it was time for a combat number 16 to really start defending through as if his life was depending on it. Ashwin Datta somehow managed to put it down for a little bit, but then it was Vishwas Vijayaraj who really lined him up for an overtaking maneuver, tried at least 3 overtaking maneuvers in 5 turns. Now that's the kind of aggression Vishwas Vijayaraj brought in. And then this contact, Vishwas Vijayaraj with Vishwas Vijayaraj was immediately getting around it. Well, in no particular time, ladies and gentlemen, and this was the wonderful highlights around here. Vishwas Vijayaraj was then involved in a little bit of a tangle as the race completely commenced here. We are moments away from the start of the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. We are watching right now the highlights that happened yesterday of the LGB Formula 4. Look how late breaking Team Dark Dawn was able to get there. Now, Rahul Rangasamy was caught a little bit unaware, but he tried to defend. Absolutely belter banker laps been put in. 3 Dark Dawns versus 1 the yellow car of Rahul Rangasamy, fighting it up all the way through. This is one of those moments where each of them pulled it up. Now Arya Singh always tried to be on the aggressive line, taken outside line, but in the meantime car number 16 had that covered as they were looking around. In no time we're going to be talking around to this is going to be down. I would love to talk to you a bit more about the LGB Formula 4, but we've got some action coming on the track. The Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. Raman is with some special people, and one of them is SP Pati, now the only Indian to have completed the Isle of Man.
We're all set for the final race of the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup for the season. Before we head into race action, I have here with me 3 very special gentlemen. There is Mr. SP Batera. Sir, great to have you here with us for a quick conversation.
Thank you.
There is also Mr. Adrian Sellers, who's come all the way to see racing action here, and Mr. Paulo Bravidani. Great to have you too.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Gentlemen, my first question to the two of you, I'm going to ask Aspi sir a little later. But, you know, the fact that you've got Royal Enfield, the Continental GT Cup, pure racing. No, electronic equipment helping things out. Just your thoughts on that.
It's super simple. It's about giving the riders all the same bike so that it's just up to them to win the race. There's no mechanical advantage, there's no technological advantage. It's just them and their bike trying to win the race.
Which is just bringing it down to individual competence. But the way the bike has been fashioned to give these riders so much of pure energy and thrust on the racetracks, just your thoughts on that.
Our bikes are pure riding on the track, and the same bike gives the same pure riding also here in this track and on the road. So we keep the bike, as Adrian already said, very similar to the production bikes, very few modifications. Bikes are easy and enjoyable to drive, and this is the secret of the success, I think, of this formula.
And the fact that Aspi sir, the minor modifications that have been done, is still a heavy bike, 180 odd kgs of pure metal that you're riding on the racetrack. So just your thoughts on how you've groomed these riders.
The riders are doing pretty well. If they have a problem, they come to me and I guide them in the right way, how to use the bike because it's a heavy bike. And they've done pretty well. If you look at the lap time, they are down to 1 minute 16 seconds. I would like to take this opportunity first to thank Royal Enfield, Siddharth Lal and his whole team, Adrian Sellers, Paolo, for supporting this race, in fact, and finally JK Tyres for hosting it. I think it's no better way to explain what we are doing.
Absolutely. I think a 1 minute board is out, sir. Thank you so much for speaking with us. We'll clear the track before these bikers make us clear it. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's over to our commentators in the com box. Racing action just about to commence.
If Raman had stayed there for 10 more seconds, he would have had a close shave. Well, with the sound of these engines is music to your ears because they are pure Royal Enfield. These are heavy bikes, gentlemen. These are heavy bike, ladies. And you and I have wonderful memories about the Royal Enfield, haven't we? So then, how does the grid look like? Here we go. Alwyn Xavier will start on P1. Sudhir will start on P2. Surya will start on P3. Further down the order, it's Anish D. Shetty. He has won this championship before. So then he is on the reckoning too. Varun Gowda, comp number 14. He is on 5. Further down the order is 24 Rajkumar. It's Sai Ram, comp number 16 on 7. Pradeep C, comp number 12 on 8. Karthik, it's Siddharth Reddy, comp number 13 on 9. Further down, Ashish Patel, comp number 23 on 10. Then we have Manvit Reddy, comp number 19 on 11. Ajay Xavier, comp number 9 on P12. Naresh Kanmane, comp number 11 on 13. 17 Mihir is on P14. Bharat, comp number 20 is on P15. Varun Patil, comp number 22 is on P16. Arjun Kanwar, comp number 29 is on 17. Seshadri, comp number 29 is on 18. Further down the order, Lanizina Fernandez, the only girl on the track, is on P19. Uday Prakash, comp number 25 is on P20. Prabhu V, comp number 30 is on 21. 28 Vivek is on P22. Ulas Nanda not having the weekend that he would really watch this guy because he'll definitely move up quite a few positions in the start. Will start on P23. Navneet Kumar, bike number 5 is on 24. And Meka Virduraj, bike number 7 on P25. This is the way the grid looks like. And it's one of those moments where we're going to be looking around it. The grid for the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup is right here in front of us. And as we're going to be looking very quickly, Surya PM is almost sealed in. He's already done the championship. This is only elementary where he's competing right now. As far as the amateurs are concerned, he will look to continue to dominate with every passing work. Now, as we see, Alwyn Xavier, this is a fight that we're going to be looking very, very closely indeed. Right, all set. And we've also now quickly looking in as the green flag is waved right at the back. They know it's going to be a start. Well, when the red lights go off, we will be off to in a quick jiffy. Mind you, it's got to be a very good start for Alwyn Xavier. He needs to win this one to make sure that he's in the reckoning as far as the championship is concerned. Abhishek has got much better start, but then it's all about them to pull it in. Alvin Xavier stays very, very close again. Bike number 15, Surya. Look at that start. He's a little bit of wobble, but then he gets it in front. This amateur put him up with the professionals, because next year we're not going to let him race, because this guy has really been a revelation. He's already sealed it, and now he's really fighting it out as if his life depends on it. What a wonderful ride towards the end. And he's now being challenged by bike number 4 as they come around the outside into turn number 7. Bike number 4, Sudhir Sudhakar, has some points to prove. Well, this is going to be here. Now, bike number 4 now comes on the outside. Bike number 15 slots himself back again. It's the opening round, and it's 5 of them, almost with an outside chance to take the whole shot. Bike number 14 slowly moves up to position number 5 now. That's Varun Gowda on the amateur class. Bike number 29 falls back to position number 12. This has been a little bit of mayhem for the rest of them, but this is how it's going to be playing around. Raman, this is what we wanted. You had a good chat for the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. It's retro racing, pure racing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's all about the biker skills that come into play here. For the moment, it's interesting to see that the lead is with Sudhir Sudhakar, and coming in second is Surya PM. Alvin Xavier, who's leading the overall pro category, has been overtaken by Anish Shetty. Would you believe it? So it's Anish Damodar Shetty, the defending champion, who is actually now moved into 3rd position as we speak. But what a good start this for Sudhir Sudhakar, who's overtaken Surya. Surya, I think, has been clocking some great lap times. He's pushing the pros, matching them in terms of lap times, and bettering them as well.
Alvin Xavier on top of the championship table. He would like to sign off with a race win. And one thing that can lead to another is Anish Shetty, who has won this championship before, would want to win this one, and maybe Alvin Xavier needs to finish somewhere down the bottom. Well, it's only on those criteria will Anish D. Shetty be able to make that victory sign. But then Sudhir Sudhakar clocks in the fastest, 1 minute 22.563, 1 minute 22.109, 1 minute 23.509 for Anish D. Shetty. Margins are very close.
I think what Alvin Xavier is trying to do is he's trying to stay in the hunt. He's currently battling for the 4th spot. But I think he also realizes that the championship is well within his grasp. If you look at the point standings, 44 points for Alvin Xavier so far, and compare that to 35 points
Anish D. Shetty.
for Anish Shetty. Absolutely. That's the way it was at the end of round 3, is the way it shaped up this way. And this is going to be the interesting story. The final race is now going to decide if Anish wins this race, which I think is what he's looking at. And this is the final race of the season. So the points that separate the two are 9 points. So effectively, Anish Shetty wins this race, and you get Alvin Xavier finishing outside the points is the only way in which Anish Shetty wins this.
You've been very kind when you're talking about that. That's motorsports can be very brutal, isn't it? It can take you to the limit here. Let me say that one more time again. Anish Shetty needs to win this. Alvin Xavier needs to finish outside the top 5 to lose out on a championship. Anish Shetty has been here before, so he's already racing as a guy who's got nothing to lose. And that really shows in the driving style. Alvin Xavier playing the long game. He wants to wait as long as possible so that let the race come to him. Sudhir Sudhakar, Alvin Xavier, Surya PM and Siddharth set in their personal best at the moment.
And I think when you're racing, you're thinking about your own personal performance. That's what Anish Shetty would be looking at. He'd be saying, let me try and go out there, let me try and win this, and then see what happens, because what happens to Alvin Xavier's race is not in his control. That's something for Alvin Xavier to take care of. As a champion, you look at giving your best and then seeing whatever happens here. I think keeping that in mind, Anish therefore is pushing for the top spot, but as we speak, you look at Alvin Xavier, he's moved up back to 3rd. So he's not just sitting back and letting things unravel in front of him, he's putting up a fight as well.
So let's just go rewind a little bit. Last year, Alvin Xavier and versus Anish Shetty, we also had Rajkumar and the real lights. Now Anish Shetty always used to play a reserve game, not immediately go on full throttle, and towards the end used to catch. Now Alvin Xavier is doing the same game now. It's like paying back in the same coin. So we are learning from Anish Shetty. Now Anish needs to pull in something special.
But the logic that Anish used to give about holding back initially and in the first half of the race was that he didn't want to burn out the tires too quickly. So he just felt that you needed to make sure that you had the braking grip all through the race towards the fag end as well. So he didn't want to burn things out too early.
One thing when you're talking about braking, especially in turn number 10, 11, 12, we will come to that when the turn approaches. Anish Shetty was able to pull off at least 1/10 off on his predecessors when he was able to take that turn. While somebody else used to take a slightly wide, he used to take a perfect racing line and he was able to shove that 1/10 off between the two turns from turn 8 all the way up to turn 12. Now that's the kind of racing advantage, racing ability you talk. This is the turn I was talking about. You have different lines. Somebody would like to take a wide. What Anish Shetty used to do is just kiss the apex, and when the turn number 11 and 12 approaches, he was able to accelerate out. Turn number 13 coming in.
Look at Varun Gowda and Siddharth Reddy. We just saw them on the frame here on bike number 14 and bike number 13. There they are. Now Varun Gowda and Siddharth Reddy are both amateur bikers. You can see it from the numbers on their logo, on the logo of the bikes. They've got the red colored numbers, which means they're part of the amateur grid. But overall, in the race standings, you've got 3 amateur bikers in the top 6. That just tells you how much these amateur bikers through the entire season have pushed the pros and in fact bettered, if not matched, their timings.
So these Sudhakar sets in the personal best and also the fastest lap time of the race. 1 minute 18.060. Can he clock under 1 minute 18? There is every possibility.
Now you talked about Sudhir Sudhakar's best time and you compare that with what Surya PM has clocked. Surya is currently running 4th. He's on bike number 15. You can see him on your screens right now. His best lap time is 1 minute 18.507 seconds.
5/10.
So effectively, yes, he's just 5/10 of a second slower than the best lap time that a pro rider has clocked. That just tells you how narrow the gap is between some of the pros and the amateurs.
Let's not forget that also got a double toe towards this when he crossed the finish line. So there is an advantage. So if you notice everyone, now 4 of them almost closely bunched up together. As the camera pans are out, coming into turn number 14, and they will come into the entry point of turn 16. You will find bikes coming close to each other, trying to take advantage of the toe that is going to come in. Unlike the cars, you're waiting for the slipstream, but here you need to be just behind them so that there's a little bit of a vacuum that's created. Like bike number 1 should be able to get in a much faster lap time than the previous time. Let's look at it. Yes, he does. 1 minute 18.052. That's exactly what I was talking about. You need to time that particular moment when you're right in behind the bike, and then you just dive out and you're able to throttle it out. 1 minute 18.052. Surya PM, the fastest, 1 minute 17.944. By way of watching Anish, Surya said you watch ahead while I go ahead and continue to put at the fastest lap of the race.
So that's the fastest lap that any biker, pro or amateur, has clocked so far, and came in the 6th lap, 1 minute 17.944. It's come for Surya PM. Right now, we see Siddharth Reddy, who's overtaken Varun Gowda. And Varun, I think, maybe has just dropped another position, because I dare say Pradeep has overtaken Varun. Yes, he has. You can see that bike number 12 has just gone past bike number 14. Varun Gowda's on bike 14. So Pradeep, credit to him, has moved into the top 6.
Varun Gowda was looking at his accelerator, and then he was also looking at his brake. Little shaken there, and that clearly shows as comer number 24, Rajkumar, gets past him. No, it's those little things, there's little margins, little things that actually affect you. Your brake's not working the way you want it to be, and then all of a sudden you just shake your head a little bit and you find somebody already passing you. That's how competitive this is. Bike number 4, your race leader Sudhir Sudhakar versus Anish Shetty versus Alvin Xavier versus Surya PM and Siddharth Reddy, the top 5.
Credit to some of the amateurs, and credit to Aspi Vatena, who actually said this before the start of the season, when he said that you'll see some of the amateurs being really quick on the racetrack, matching and at times bettering some of the pros. Well, his words have rung true, haven't they? We've got, of course, some seasoned riders. At the moment, in the race lead is none other than Sudhir Sudhakar. And Sudhir Sudhakar is followed very closely by Anish Shetty. Alwyn Xavier is in third. Sudhir Sudhakar, the pro who hails from Delhi. We've got Anish Shetty from Bangalore, Alwyn Xavier from Thrissur. It's a nice healthy spread.
Alwyn Xavier has a little club of sorts when you to go back home in Thrissur. There's the biking gang, and they actually nicknamed themselves the Enfield gang. I asked them, what about Royal? It'll come later, he says. They are talking about all the launches around here.
And it's not just Alwyn Xavier from Thrissur. Don't forget there's Anfal Akhtar as well.
Anfal Akhtar as well. Well, I would like to tell you, if you're talking about cars, bikes and all of it, there is a mad passion for cars and bikes. Of course, Coimbatore, but let's not forget, there is a long time of passions as far as the Royal Enfields are concerned, and the down Kerala as well. Remember, if you want to take that winding roads up the hills, around the beaches, you've got to take the Royal Enfield Continental route, don't we? So, they said we were touring, now let's go racing. Surya PM, the fastest man, 1 minute 17.999, 1 minute 17.944. That's the fastest. And let's just quickly tell you who the second fastest is. 1 minute 18.040. The difference is 96 thousandths of a second.
Now this is where we've seen a great move and an overtaking maneuver as well in the amateur category. We're seeing Rajkumar pulling out all the stops. There's a battle going on in the mid-pack, and Rajkumar on bike number 24 seems to now be challenging to try and break into that top 6 as we are heading into what will be this is the penultimate lap. Remember, the 9th lap is in progress, 8 laps gone. So this is the 9th lap, the penultimate lap. We're going to be heading into the final lap of this race. Now, what's important to see when the bikers come around the straight, now look at how earlier a couple of them were actually hunching up, hunching down on the bike, trying to reduce the drag that would be there on the straight as much as possible. Not on the final lap. They stayed a lot more upright.
Anish Shetty has his fitness up there. The heads can little bit drop out a little bit. Ullas Nanda has a little bit of fitness going for him as well. Bike number 4, your race leader, Sudhir versus Anish. So then with with a little over 2 laps to go, here is the way the grid looks like. Sudhir Sudhakar number 1, Anish Shetty number 2, Alwyn Xavier 3, Surya number 4, Siddharth at 5, Pradeep at 6, Rajkumar at 7. Rajkumar at, let's quickly check that out. Rajkumar is at 6, confirmation. Let me just check that one more time. Rajkumar is now Rajkumar is at 7, Varun Gowda is at 8, Ullas Nanda is at 9, and Manvit Reddy is at 10. So there we have the coming around it. So then, as you rightly said, let's take on the last lap coming in.
Great timings, as it's going to be Sudhir Sudhakar who will come straight in to take the checkered flag. We could see that little celebration from Alwyn Xavier, because he has clinched the championship. Surya, of course, celebrating as well, because he knows he's got the amateur title all sewn up.
That was almost like a bhangra and a tango put together. Standing on top of your bike again. Why not celebrate it? You're on top of the world. Alwyn Xavier, you beauty, you've done it. And you, man, are you Cheta from Kerala. And you possibly played the right music for him in Sunday today morning, and maybe that accentuated. We got the drums from Kerala today morning, and that's really powered his performance. He's not going to like it, but he's going to say, why not?
Credit, as far as the amateur category is concerned, credit to Siddharth Reddy as well. Had a good race. He's put in the hard yards. He's on bike number 15, but this is sporting from Anish Shetty. Quick fist bump with the race winner, which is Sudhir Sudhakar, who's won the race. So Sudhir Sudhakar winning this, Anish Shetty coming in second, Alwyn Xavier finishing third, but most importantly, Alwyn Xavier has won the overall championship.
It was like passing the baton, it was passing the fist bump. Like, alright man, I am the champion, it's your turn now. It's your turn to shine. Anish Shetty, great camaraderie shown to Alwyn Xavier. Is Thrissur going to celebrate tonight? Or is there going to be more party in the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup? Yes, there has to be. And there's going to be more Sunday. There's going to be more drum beats all the way down from Kerala to play that. Alwyn Xavier celebrating this moment. Why not? Maybe a little bit of wheelie like the last time around. Oh, he's enjoying those moments. These are the moments that we live for, isn't it? We always want to fight it out here towards the last end. Sudhir Sudhakar will take that result after quite a tough weekend for him. This has been a competition which has gone all the way to the cliffhanger. Pradeep C would finish in the top 4 in the championship as far as the amateur is concerned, but it's bike number 4, Sudhir Sudhakar, who is now slowly trailing in, and it's time to go to the area. Sudhir Sudhakar 1, Anish 82, Alvin Xavier 3. But the bigger celebrations was Alvin Xavier. Why not?
They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tyre, buddy.
JK Smart Tyre, the tyre with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart.
Let's have a quick look one more time as the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. Little bit of wobble for compartment number 4, but then that's where he wanted it. But then towards the end, he really caught his act together. Come number 15 in the meantime. Surya PM called in the contest earlier. They got into the turn number 1 without any problem. Went all the way up to turn number 4 because he decided to set the place. It was this particular time where Anish Shetty all of a sudden dropped down to about 4 or 5, but slowly kept up with the top 4. In the meantime, as they look around, Surya PM dropped down for a little bit, just for a little bit, to position number 2. And the battle emerged as Prabhu, Sheshadri, Ajay Xavier, Ullas Nanda were making their fight for the 7th all the way up to the 12th position. The safety car you would have just seen going back in the background, entering off into the pit lane, because that's where it all happened. Now, in terms of the toe that people were using, they became very technical into this particular corner. This is the Mickey Mouse corner. That is turn 10, low left-hander and very, very quick right-hander, and you get to the road end. Turn all the way up to 12, and then you have a little bit of a back straight there, the road straight, and then you enter the parabola. Towards the parabola, then you quickly align yourself to the home straight. Now, this is the grandeur of the home straight again. You'd see most Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup riders trying their level best, using all the muscle power that they have in their hand to make sure that they don't go and overstep the curbs. That's where we want to be. Bike number 4, Sudhir Sudhakar, had made his intentions clear. But this was the time where Anish Shetty opened up his reserve and slowly pulled up a little bit of lead over Sudhir Sudhakar. Sudhir Sudhakar didn't panic, followed him as much closely as possible, and Surya PM during this particular time dropped back just a little bit. Alvin Xavier was still biting his moment because all he needed was a race finish to seal the championship. So when you are racing for the championship, you race as a different animal. But when you have championship which is away from your grasp, you play as if you got to lose nothing, and that's exactly what Anish Shetty was doing. Bike number 1, Anish Shetty. Now there was a contest between bike number 2, Alvin Xavier versus Surya, but eventually Alvin Xavier would have the last laugh. Just waited for his time to come in. 14 and 13 were giving us a fantastic contest. That's Siddharth Reddy versus Varun Gowda. Varun Gowda also encountered a little bit of problems in the race. He was twitching with his gear, and also a little bit of the gear and the brake issues as well. But towards the end, he was managed to able to overcome it. Bike number 13 and 12 stayed close to each other. 12 and 24 got into a little bit of a contest. Well, 12 somehow managed to close it around it. Now we will be moving in. Comp number 14 versus 12. Then 24 joins in the party and saying, listen, Rajkumar Se from Coimbatore also made his presence known. Bike number 4 and bike number 1 continued to be involved in a battle of sorts. Sudhir Sudhakar continued to somehow make sure that he held on. All that he had to do was just hang on there, because this was towards the end of the laps. 24 versus 14 continued to enjoy the battle, but 24 finally getting past number 14 Varun Gowda. 24 Rajkumar for a brief moment had that position for himself, till Varun Gowda was able to sort his braking and gear issues as well. This was a time where Alvin Xavier started doing the math, saying, okay, I am possibly going to be finishing at number 3. But Sudhir Sudhakar dominated, controlled it as strong as possible, and this is where he knows he's going to be celebrating the moment. Alvin Xavier, look it up, fist up. Surya PM celebrates as well, because he takes the amateur and they stand. It's the tango and the bhangra put together. They managed to do that. We're going back with a presentation. It's a mayhem there. It's a little bit of a dance as well. I never knew Anish could dance so well. A little bit of a last. Well done. Well done. Well done. Amazing scenes, that scene there. Alvin Xavier, all smiles. All smiles for Anish. Anish said he knows he gave it his all. He can stand tall and live to fight another championship. The team from Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, they must be proud with the kind of bike, the kind of contest. Remember, we've been hearing the same line. We're saying the bikes are equal. It all comes down to the rider. And this time the rider was Alvin Xavier, who's taken the championship along with Surya. Comp number 13 joins at the party as well. That's Siddharth Reddy. They're congratulating each other. The smiles are back. He knows this means the world to him. We're joining the presentation right now. The Royal Enfield camp is all lit up. It smiles. Oh, he is enjoying the moment around. So 13, that is Siddharth coming in on stage, enjoying the moment in the sun. It was combo number 14, Varun Gowda, who went up to the third. But this is the man who is going to be racing with the pros next year. It is Surya, PM from Chennai. Wow, that's a nice gesture. help you out, mate. That's how the racing overalls go on. This is the time for the presentation as well. So one more time, it is comp number 13, Siddharth Reddy, comp number 14, Varun Gowda third, Siddharth Reddy at second, and then it is Surya PM. Varun Gowda, he is happy about it. He knows this means so much the world to him. That was a nice little shot with the bikes around in the background. Would you be nice catch. He's going to hold it up together. Well done. And Surya takes the biggest applause. Look at the way he's going to be celebrating it out. He knows he's done it. He's done it. Well done, Surya. Wow, it's now time for us to get on the professionals on the track for the next presentation. Royal Enfield must be very, very happy with what they're looking on the track. And JKTAR presents the Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup has been a runaway pure racing success. Right, here we go from number 4 all the way to number 3 all the way down to the winner. Well, it was Sudhir Sudhakar who takes in, but it was Anish Sethi who came in at number 2. So, Alvin Xavier finishes at number 3, and the champion, he is our champion too. And then it was all about the guys hitting, but then one man from who took on from the role of a defending champion as a mentor as well, Anish D. Shetty finishing at number 2. Here is it, the winner. Takes it all, Sudhir Sudhakar. This victory is going to mean so much to him. From Delhi, he's going to make sure that he's going to remember it all through his career right now. This is a career highlight win for him. Sudhir Sudhakar, well done indeed. Alvin Xavier, the champion, will now take the trophy for the third. He's a Pushpa fan, aren't we? And now it's quickly for Anish Sethi, the former defending champion, taking in the trophy as well. Nice moment for Anish and Alvin Xavier sharing in the track, but then the moment now belongs to Sudhir Sudhakar. Here we go. Sudhir Sudhakar is thrilled about it. Well done indeed. Sets out a roar. Sets out a roar, and roar it is. This has been awarded the beauties just below the podium, the beauties which brought in these winners. Now this is a nice moment as well. Sudhir, Anish and Alvin Xavier all on one podium. Well, it's time for us to quickly say hello to Raman Bano as he gets to chat with our winners. And also Alvin Xavier, who seals in the championship. There's so much of emotion that's going on.
So what a fantastic end to the season for the JKTAR presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup. A race that went down to the wire. The championship got decided in this race as well. But I'll talk to first Sudhir Sudhakar, who's had a great final round. Once again notches up a race win. This round's been special, Sudhir.
Yeah, last race I finished second, made a few mistakes. This race I decided not to make a mistake and finish off the race.
But you are 2 back-to-back podiums. Great end to the season.
Yeah, thank you. I got adapted to the track and now I'm comfortable with the bike, so it helped me a lot.
Superb. Go well. I think it's just bodes much better for the season to come.
Yeah, looking forward for the next season. Let's see. Thank you to my family and my coach who trained me and supported me all the way here.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, thank you so much.
There you have it. Sudhir Sudhakar notches up a race win in the final race of the season. We'll have a quick chat now with Anish Shetty. Anish, well, it was a tough final round to come into. It's a second place finish, not just in the race, but as far as the championship's concerned, as you hand over the title now.
Yeah, we didn't start off with a great note this weekend. We were struggling the whole weekend with the rear grip, and after a point we thought it's just survival and not really push and go down on the championship. We thought second is something we should stick to, but overall good season. Luck didn't much favor, and also maybe I've figured out a few ways to improve my effort in, so I'll do that. Let's see for a good season next year.
But I'm sure, the kind of competition you bring to the table, it's bringing out the best in the others as well. It's bringing out the best in you too. Go well.
Thank you guys. See you soon.
Well, the man who was champion last season will relinquish his title this season around. He finished third in this race, did Alvin Xavier, but those points are good enough to give him the overall Riders Championship. Congratulations on that, Alvin.
So the race was pretty tough actually. I had a lot of pressure on my shoulders because even though I needed just 1 point to seal the championship, but I don't know, there was a pressure before the race start. So the last lap was the longest lap in my life and toughest lap in my life. So every moment on my bike was like, I was so scared actually, to be honest. And actually my plan was to sit behind and watch Anish and Sudhir fight. So there is no point me fighting and taking too much of a risk. So I just was staying behind them. And I had some movements also. So I told myself, okay, calm. Let's finish the race and seal the championship. And we did it finally.
And for those of you who may have missed it, I can tell you the celebrations that happened just before this podium presentation from our friend here, Alvin Xavier, and the entire gang, your Anfal and a couple of other guys, everyone joining in for a nice little celebration, just letting you know what this championship title means to you. Well done, Alvin.
It means a lot to me, and thank you. See you next season. We'll try to defend the title again.
Well, there you go. Congratulations to you, Alvin. Go well. And just a quick update on what happened in the amateur category as well, where we had the title already had been decided, but we'll have a quick chat with the man who's clinched the title. It's Surya PM. Congratulations, Surya.
Thank you.
Finishing off the season again with a win.
Yeah, so I'm so happy about the season, winning all the races continuously. It's a great honor to be part of the Royal Enfield and JK Tyre Championship. And about the race, I was there, but I don't want to disturb the pro guys. They were fighting for the championship, but still I had the chance, and it went risky on the last lap. I was about it, I'll win, so I just kept calm. Yeah.
I saw that. The big question now is not about the race. The big question now is next season do we see you in the pro category?
Yeah, I'm totally ready for the pro category. I'm going to work very hard for that, and then definitely I will try to do the same thing as what I did today. So yeah, I'm hoping I can clinch the championship next year too.
Go well, Surya. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. And love you, Sri.
There you have it. We'll have a quick chat with Varun as well, who's here with us. A podium finish for you, Varun. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Just a quick wrap around of the season. You finished third in this race, but overall, your thoughts very quickly on the season.
Yeah. First of all, I don't know. What should I tell this? Is it should I name this as a dream or my hard work? I don't know. But yeah, since round one, lots of ups and downs. Last round also it was neck to neck. I had to finish ahead of Pradipana and Rajkumar. So yeah, man, it feels special, very emotional. This is my first ever championship I won. So yeah, this feels really good. So and yeah, mainly I would like to thank my coach, first of all my parents, and all my friends are here. They are watching here in the phone. All my friends, they are all the way from especially thanks to my girlfriend. She is also here from Germany.
Those thank yous will continue. He will not have any words. Let me very quickly acknowledge the man who finished second as well. Well done on a podium finish. Just your thoughts quickly on that final race.
It happened according to my plan. I was sensible in race one, and I had to put all my efforts in the race two. So I did it.
Congratulations. Savor the moment. Savor that second place finish in the final race. Go well. That's what we have from the presentation area here. We've got the final race of this season coming up. That's what we're heading for, the Formula LGB4.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens. And get lost in the world within. To steer through, to stop. Start again. Go forth. Shed